Julianne Hough has spent nearly 2 decades dazzling Hollywood with her energy, talent, and relentless drive. She's a two-time Dancing with the Stars champion, an actress in films like Rock of Ages and Safe Heaven, a singer, a TV personality, and now a co-host of one of the most iconic shows on television. To the public, she is the definition of success, glamorous, accomplished, and seemingly unstoppable. But behind that picture-perfect career lies a very different story, a family dynamic shaped not only by love and support but also by quiet struggles, by sadness, and by a sense of what could have been. Because while Julianne and her brother Derek are household names, her 3 older sisters, Catherine, Marabelle, and Cherie, walked different paths. And those paths, while fulfilling in their own right, never led to the same spotlight. And now, for the first time, Julianne has openly shared that her sisters sometimes feel a deep sadness about not achieving the fame and opportunities that she and Derek did. It's not envy, it's not bitterness, but it's real. And it reveals a truth about family, fame, and ambition that many rarely talk about. Let's rewind. Julianne Alexandra Hough was born on 20th July, 1988, in Orem, Utah, into a large Mormon family. She was the youngest of 5 children. Her siblings, Cherie, Marabelle, Catherine, and Derek, all grew up in a household where music and dance were part of daily life. Their parents, Marian and Bruce Hough, encouraged creativity, and all the children showed promise in the arts. In many ways, it seemed that any one of them could have had a career in entertainment. Catherine, the eldest, was vibrant, talented, and passionate. She loved performing but took a different route early on. At 19, she married, started a family, and committed herself to motherhood. Today, she is the mother of 6 children. She has built her life around her family and faith, and though she's not in Hollywood, she's widely admired within her community. But imagine what it feels like, years later, to see your younger siblings on national television, winning competitions, hosting primetime shows, walking red carpets, while your own life unfolded far from the cameras. It's not jealousy, but there is a sadness, a recognition that the dream she once had was left behind. Marabelle, the second sister, had a voice and a passion for music. She chased her dream, moving to Nashville to pursue country music, hoping to carve out her own name in one of the toughest industries in America. But Nashville is a city where thousands chase the same dream, and only a fraction find lasting fame. Marabelle eventually shifted into other roles, including real estate, and built a life filled with love, stability, and family. But again, when your own brother and sister are celebrated across the country, when they are living the very dream you once held, it's only human to feel the sting of what might have been. Then there's Cherie, who was deeply interested in acting and performance. She dreamed of a career in front of the camera. But her path evolved into fitness and teaching, where she's built her own following and helped many people. Still, the spotlight she once imagined never came in the way it did for Julianne and Derek. And then we have Derek Hough, who alongside Julianne, became the breakout star of the family. Together, they trained in London as children, perfected their craft, and pushed through endless challenges to seize opportunities others could only dream of. Derek is now an Emmy-winning choreographer, a beloved TV personality, and one of the most respected names in dance. Julianne, equally, has flourished across multiple industries. Here's the painful contrast. Same household, same upbringing, same raw talent, yet vastly different outcomes. For Julianne's sisters, that difference has sometimes brought an unspoken sadness. Julianne admitted that for years, she and Derek tried to shield their sisters from that pain. They would downplay their own success, avoid sharing their triumphs, thinking that it was kinder to hold back. But in doing so, they accidentally created more distance. Their sisters felt excluded, as though they weren't part of the journey. Imagine watching your younger siblings live a dream you once held, while you are only hearing about it secondhand. It can deepen the gap between family members. Julianne says she has learned an important lesson. Silence doesn't protect relationships, it weakens them. Now,
She chooses honesty.
She chooses to share everything, even if it stings, because she knows connection is more important than comfort. But this story isn't one-sided. Because while her sisters sometimes feel sadness about not achieving her kind of success, Julianne herself admits she looks at them with the same longing. She watches Catherine, raising 6 children with devotion and love, and thinks, I want that. She sees Sherry thriving as a fitness instructor, impacting lives in a deeply personal way, and feels admiration. She remembers Marabeth chasing her dream in Nashville and thinks about the courage that took. In her words, I'm in awe of them. And here lies the heart of the story, that each of them, in their own way, envies what the others have. Fame isn't everything. Stability, family, motherhood, balance, those are also powerful forms of success. Fans have reacted strongly to this revelation. Many praise Julianne for opening up about a topic that's rarely discussed, the emotional toll fame takes on families. Some say they relate, pointing out that in their own families, siblings sometimes live completely different lives. One sibling soaring in a high-profile career, another building a quieter but equally meaningful life, and the dynamic between them becomes complicated. Others comment that Julianne's honesty makes her more relatable, reminding people that even celebrities wrestle with family tensions. And this isn't unique to the Houghs. In Hollywood, we've seen countless sibling dynamics shaped by fame. Beyoncé and Solange Knowles, for instance, have navigated the balance between one sibling being a global superstar while the other carved her own path. The Kardashians built their empire together but constantly deal with internal comparisons. Even in music, think about Michael Jackson and his siblings, where fame shone unevenly. These comparisons highlight how fame doesn't just belong to one person, it belongs to the entire family, shaping how everyone feels about their own path. For Julianne, the timing of this revelation is interesting. Right now, she is front and center again as the co-host of Dancing with the Stars, stepping back into a role that brings her family name once again into the spotlight. Derek remains on the judging panel. The Hough siblings are still very much in the public eye, which means the contrast between Julianne and Derek's lives and their sisters' lives is still ongoing. It isn't an old story, it's unfolding right now. And maybe that's what makes this confession so poignant. It's not about past regrets. It's about present reality. It's about sisters who love each other but still carry unspoken emotions, about siblings who admire each other but also wonder about the paths they didn't take. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about the Houghs. It's about family. It's about how siblings, no matter how different their lives may look, always find themselves comparing, longing, and learning to accept that no one has it all. Julianne may have fame, money, and recognition, but she admires the deep family bonds and the stability her sisters have. Her sisters may sometimes feel sadness about not being famous, but they also know they've built lives filled with love, children, and meaning. And maybe that's the balance every family strives for, to recognize that success comes in many forms, and to learn that love and connection matter far more than whose name is in lights. Julianne has made it clear that she's committed to bridging the gaps, to including her sisters in her world, and to reminding them that even if the world sees her as the star, within their family, every single sibling shines in their own way. It's a powerful reminder for all of us. Fame fades, careers change, but family remains. And the greatest legacy anyone can leave behind isn't awards or magazine covers. It's love, connection, and the bond that no spotlight can ever replace. So, as Julianne Hough steps back into the spotlight for another season of Dancing with the Stars, her story reminds us that even the brightest stars carry shadows, and that sometimes the most important journey isn't toward fame at all, but back toward family. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.